good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me. As Ciara said, I'm Laura Shanahan and I chair the Connell Unique and Distinct Collections Group. It's a real privilege to be speaking at the Connell conference today, as I'm a relative newbie to the Irish Libraries Network, having moved here in 2018. And I was lucky enough in that year to attend a real-life physical Connell conference. So I wanted to say, for those of you who are new to Connell or new to libraries, that you're really in great company here in this Connell network. Everybody's very welcoming and supportive, and I've certainly appreciated that welcome and support. So I hope that everyone gets a lot out of today, and even more if you get a chance to go to a Connell conference again in the future or participate in one of the subgroups. So anyway, I'm talking to you about the Connell Unique and Distinct Collections Group, and I've entitled my talk, Together Our USP. For those of you who don't know, USP stands for Unique Selling Proposition, or what helps us to stand out from the crowd. Firstly, I'd like to tell you what the Connell Unique and Distinct Collections Group is. The group is made up of librarians, archivists, and wider library staff from across the island of Ireland who represent aspects of our collections that are unique and distinctive. Usually these are special collections, for example, manuscripts and archives, physical or born digital, early printed works, photographic collections, map collections, music collections, and other specialist collections, for example, artist books, objects, etc. The group has a number of aims, including to provide expert input relating to such collections and collecting practices and care for these collections within the Connell strategy, to promote and increase the visibility of such collections for research and public engagement, to communicate best practice in relation to the storage, management and preservation of such collections, and to foster new partnerships with other related bodies nationally and internationally. And we also seek to explore and identify other related collections in Ireland so that the group can actually collaborate beyond established collaborative organisations. It should be said that against each of these areas, the aim is to support the Connell board in delivery of the strategy, but it's also to support the members within the group in leading, managing and providing access to UDCs in their institution in order to widen the pool of knowledge and expertise through this group back out to Connell members more broadly. Every Connell member has a representative on the UDC group. I am currently chair of the group. Elaine Harrington stood in my place last year when I was on maternity leave, for which I'm so grateful. We've had some recent updates to the membership of the group, and recently Hugh Murphy of Maynooth University Library has volunteered to act as deputy chair, and Catherine Cook of Technical University of Dublin has volunteered to be secretary. And we have longer term support and expertise from Sophie Evans of the Royal Irish Academy Library as our communications representative. And if you don't already follow them, please do follow the Royal Irish Academy Library Twitter account, because Sophie's posts are just fabulous, fun and light relief on the most pressurised days. I already mentioned part of the group's responsibility being to deliver on the strategy, and we do this by specifically reporting into two of the strategic themes, accessibility and responsible use and preservation. Accessibility, as it says on the tin, all about increasing discoverability and openness of our collections. There's a fairly long tradition in special collections of the keeper stringently limiting access to collections, and the evolving practice is about making these primary resources accessible to a variety of people for a variety of reasons and in a variety of ways, whether that be new ways of cataloguing to provide access through digitised surrogates, even through including content in social media, etc. And then responsible use and preservation is the balancing point or the counterpoint still for the unique and distinct collections, of course. We aim to provide access to these collections, but we also have to provide access in a way that ensures security and care of the collections to allow them to be preserved for centuries to come. In the New World Order, this also includes attempting to address the preservation of born digital archival content, which is no mean feat, considering most of us are still grappling with legacy cataloguing, conservation and storage issues in relation to the physical collections. Referring back to the title of my presentation, I'm actually going to only briefly now mention the obvious unique selling proposition each of us have as libraries in Connell, and that is our incredible unique and distinct collections. They are irreplaceable assets, if I can call them that, which place our institutions in the rare position of offering unique research, teaching and public engagement opportunities. For Connell, they offer sites of fascinating potential collaborations and are each case studies of the complexity of caring for and managing collections for the long term. To get a flavour of the breadth and variety across Ireland, please do look at the Connaught Treasures exhibition, which is on the website. We were very proud of this very light overview of the breadth of collections across the country. I now want to talk about what I believe is Connaught's greatest strength, and it's one of the unique selling propositions for being involved in the subgroups and why the subgroups can be so effective, and that is the people within the groups. Within the UDC group, we have librarians, archivists, subject and area specialists, academics, region room supervisors, leaders, project managers, and so on. And we have a great breadth of experience and expertise, and this offers up an incredible opportunity for shared knowledge that's away from library, school, or archival training. It's irreplaceable knowledge and strength in that community. To demonstrate the advantage of this unique selling point, the people who contribute to the Connaught groups and the UDC group in this context, I'll just explain some of the collective action that we've taken since the group's formation. In 2014 to 16, the group undertook the first survey of the UDC collections across the Connaught membership and reported on the findings and recommendations. The group also evaluated and reported on hidden collections across the island, which has helped shape and inform priorities within institutions. By looking at our collection development policies together, we've identified collection strengths, which can also enable collaboration and help to identify gaps in collecting, which will enable future work around collection development policy at an institutional level and potentially within Connaught in the upcoming workshop, which is in June. We've also contributed to discussions around storage, and we lean on each other's expertise for recommendations around storage in quite a lean financial environment. And we have links into other consortia, including IFLA, LIBER, Library Association Ireland, SCONAL, RL UK and CERL, which is the consortium of European research libraries who are actually presenting at our next UDC meeting next week. So how do we intend to continue to deliver on our collective strength, our togetherness, our unique selling proposition? The UDC group has plans to update our website content. Specifically, we want to include skills and experience-based biographies of group members in order to encourage professional development and sharing of expertise. So this would be a way for the wider Connaught community to reach out to us as individuals. We'll also actively update the Connaught Treasures exhibition to keep the content live and relevant and to continue to expose our collections in different ways. In response to the experiences during the global pandemic, the UDC group, as others have said, these subgroups have really been a massive support network, and our intention with the UDC group is to identify strategies to continue service delivery that is remote in ever complex environments, and also take into account sustainability needs around models for virtual service delivery. We're currently updating the Unique and Distinct Collections survey, which will be completed in 2021, in order to identify future potential collaborative collection-based projects. And we're also evaluating our collections through the lens of absent voices. Some institutions, such as UCD, have recently renamed collections to ensure, for example, women who feature prominently in a collection also feature prominently in its naming, such as the Con Curran collection, which was renamed the Con Curran Helen Laird collection. We propose producing a collaborative research paper which will identify at institution level case studies around collections, collecting practice, collection gaps, which highlight the historically challenging procedures we face, and also our present limited diversity in the sector. And finally, as a group, we identify that this is the era of the expert, and fact and evidence-based information is a necessity. Across the library sector, our expertise is needed more than ever. In this, we recognise an ongoing need for skills development in our area and are concerned about the loss of specialist skills and knowledge as people retire and move on to different sectors. For example, it could be detailed descriptive cataloguing, research-focused archival standard cataloguing, specialist librarians, etc. So we're considering the options for a skills-based summer school in 2022. I could go on and on and on, but I'm conscious that there is time now for questions and answers. We have the opportunity to talk again through the chat. So I will close, but I want to thank you again for letting me speak today, and also to all the members of the Connaught Unique and Distinct Collections Group for their participation in our meetings. And it's a joy to be involved. So thank you very much.